Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN Television News. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
You have been waiting on it all year. Now it's your chance to make this Christmas better than ever. Get the extra cash you need with a Make This Christmas Better loan from the GUT Credit Union. Get up to $50,000 to celebrate your Christmas and make your holiday dreams come true. Home improvements, new furniture, a vehicle, debt consolidation, or even a vacation. We can help you get there. Yes, you can. Make this Christmas better with the GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Good evening and welcome to the GBN Television News for Friday, November 19th, 2021. Coming up in the news tonight, Minister of Finance Gregory Bowen to present the 2022 budget next week, Friday. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell to host a press conference on Sunday. President of the Grenada Union of Teachers outlined challenges facing teachers and principals with the return of face-to-face learning. More than 60 top performers at T.A. Marichaud Community College awarded on Friday. Coming up in GBN Entertainment, it takes a look at a Grenadian videographer and editor who impressed her professor by her Bachelor of Creative Arts student showcase work. Coming up in regional news, senators weigh in on opposition leader Alan Chastanet pay controversy. And coming up in sports, improving the level of refereeing in Grenada is a target as the FIFA MA course returns to Grenada. We'll bring you the details of these and other stories right after this.
Are you a small business and would like your business to grow? Do you have an event, products or services that people should know about? Be wise. Advertise. Book your spot on GBN Shopping Guide. Be part of Grenada's biggest advertising media, the Grenada Broadcasting Network. Call our sales department now on 440-2446 or 440-3033 or GBN plus the number sign. Email us at sales@gbn.gd. Special conditions apply.
Good evening once again. I am Blossom Alexis Welsh with the details. It's the end of another academic journey, and it's not often that one gets to sing one's praises. But tonight, that's the opportunity I get sitting in this seat as one of more than 60 students who received awards of excellence at the T.A. Marichaud Community College. GBN's Chrislina John has that story.
Over 60-plus top performers at the T.A. Marichaud Community College were awarded on Friday. These students excelled in their respective areas of study for 2021. Among them, and standing proudly beside me, is GBN's anchor and radio personality, Blossom Alexis Welsh. Speak to us about your journey through the years. Was it 3 years? Tell us about your journey and today's achievement.
The journey through TIMECC over the last 3 years, it has been a challenging one, especially with the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic. But it really helped me to focus more, knowing that it's not traditional learning experience in the classroom. Having to study online for the last year of the program, it was challenging, but I had some tutors, some professors that were able to push us and encourage us, and we were able to pull through this semester. So it was challenging, but totally worth it. One of my favorite slogans, the tassel was worth the hassle.
Tell us a little bit about your achievement today, being awarded the top performer in your area of study, which was media studies.
That was something that I didn't really set out to do. I just set out to do my best. I set out there to really learn during the 3 years of the course and put my best foot forward, and it just so happened that I graduated with mostly A's and I think 3 A minuses. But other than that, it was just it's a rewarding feeling knowing the the time that I put in and the dedication that I put in, that it was rewarded in this way and that I was able to top the media studies program for 2021.
Might I ask, how would that help you in your field of work?
It helps me greatly because even with 16 years in the media, during the last 3 years of the course, there were still some things that I was learning, some things that were new to me, and I know there are still more that I need to learn. So it will really help me to focus, knowing what's right from wrong. Even in the media, there are things that you can and cannot do, and this course really helped me to do that. So I will definitely be able to adjust how I do things in whatever area I'm doing it, and this course has helped me do just that.
Final question, where to next for Miss Alexis?
For now, I'm just going to take a little break because 3 years was tough. But after that, there are some courses that I want to pursue here at TAMCC, also at UWI. I'm thinking of supervisory management course. I'm thinking of doing a marketing course. There are a lot of options available to me that I'm definitely going to pursue in 2022.
Blossoms Award was made possible by the Grenada Broadcasting Network and presented by Managing Director Mrs. Odette Campbell. Chriselle Smith is the valedictorian of the 2021 graduating class at the T.A. Marshall Community College and also a top performer, copping 4 awards.
Into the school, I decided that I would do my best, and I guess this just happened to be my best. I gave it my all, and I did things I was interested in, so it didn't feel like too much of a burden. So I enjoyed doing what I was doing, and I still had extracurriculars that I enjoyed and helped relieve me when schoolwork became a bit hectic.
Aaron Amede got the highest GPA in the area of pharmacy.
The only thing I can say is that specifically is that medicine and pharmacy was a passion of mine personally. So I guess once you have that feel for it, or once you have that passion for it, it becomes easier. Like you see how the medication works in the body, you see the mechanism, you see everything. So it's kind of like easier when you can actually like have that picture in your head.
The awards were sponsored and presented to the awardees by various corporate citizens. The official graduation ceremony, which will be conducted via Zoom, is scheduled for December 2nd. From outside the T.A. Marshall Community College, I am Christina John for GBN News.
It was on September 27 that Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell, during a series of meetings, assured healthcare providers that they will be duly recognized and rewarded for their role in fighting the COVID-19 pandemic. At least part of that promise was fulfilled on Friday when a special breakfast was prepared for workers in the health sector at the General Hospital as a means of saying thank you for their sacrifice to the country. Let's get more in this report.
Frontline workers in the Ministry of Health on Friday were treated to a special breakfast by the managing body of the General Hospital and the Ministry of Hospital Services. Workers were invited to indulge in various breakfast options as a form of appreciation for the hard work and sacrifices they continue to make throughout the COVID-19 pandemic and spiking cases in Grenada. The event was carded as a Heroes Appreciation Breakfast and was welcomed by many of the frontline workers who endured a sleepless night, 12-hour shift, and risking their safety and the safety of others.
We feel honored and we feel a sense of, just to put it lightly, appreciated because it was tough times during the last couple weeks. We've been working hard. We've been, on our feet. We've had sleepless nights, and this morning's activity is very well appreciated at this time.
These sort of events, it helps to foster unity and I say good family life within the workplace. So I think it's an excellent idea, and I think it's something to help foster that bond among all levels of staff.
As usual, the person behind the scene is one that I have total confidence in terms of capability and looking beyond present circumstances. P.S. St. Paul is excellent. She's one that can organize beyond our total imagination.
Minister with responsibility for hospital services, Delma Thomas, says the day's event is one of many to come.
We had here for different departments. We had head of departments meeting. We have social activities on the beach with our head of department. So we continue to show appreciation for our healthcare workers for their hard work and dedication. Today's is no exception. Our workers have performed really well during that increase in cases of the COVID virus.
In keeping, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell promised to address several challenges within the healthcare system going forward. Minister Thomas said policymakers are already making headways in addressing several issues affecting health workers.
Maybe about a month ago, we had the two PSCs, the two ministers, meeting with him, identifying some of the areas that need to be addressed. We have a lot of actors, a lot of people acting in positions, and we believe that we have a responsibility to right those wrong. And so we have already started working with DPA in dealing with particular issues. So it will be more than just those tangible things, but as time goes by, you would hear of new initiatives as it relates to providing better working conditions, better incentives for our workers.
Frontline workers at the Princess Alice Hospital in St. Andrew and the Princess Royal Hospital in Carriacou will have their special treat before year end. Following a series of meetings with doctors and nurses at the country's hospitals, the Prime Minister assures healthcare providers that they will be duly recognized and rewarded for their role in fighting the COVID-19 pandemic. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
Friday also marked International Men's Day, a day when the male gender should be celebrated for their contributions to society, community, and their respective families. It is also the day when awareness is created on men's well-being and health, and that is what the Public Workers Union Men's Arm did by organizing a health fair for their male members. Here's Chrislina John with that story.
According to organizers, scores of men came out today to get their health checks. As today, it was all about men, celebrating International Men's Day 2021. While in conversation with some of the men, they expressed appreciation for something they said is done in their best interest.
I think it's a good initiative by the Public Workers Union. Given the current situation, the period we're living in, it's sort of difficult for men to access those kind of medical treatment and so on their own. So I think it's a very good initiative by the union to have this this health workshop set up so that persons can come in, and if you were here earlier on, there were a flow of persons earlier on today, and I guess throughout the day people will be coming based on their work schedule and so it's a great initiative and we need more of that.
Another wants men to step up and uphold their responsibilities in a more serious way as a means of assisting women. He believes there should be a balance in the way the genders show appreciation to each other.
The men, we men, I should say, man and man. Because young men might pose and they still fool around, but with little girls growing up, we should take a real stand, but everybody do have the same motive in life, While I will take care and school them in a proper way, the other men will glad to give them a $5 to get there with them. The man do well, and sometimes the woman still treating him, on the next side. Sometimes again, vice versa. Sometimes the woman do well and the man still treating her bad.
This gentleman encourages men to know their health status.
Men is not recognized actually. Everything is ladies and children. But I really came in here to do some business in customs. And I found out, well, I see men around. And I found out what happening, and they say, well, it's getting checked. So I decided to get my eyes checked really. The thing about men, we always laid back, to get our health checked. We don't want to go by the doctor. We always take everything for granted. But if we check in the time, we could always nip it in the bud. So, I think we should really get our checks, yearly checks, to make sure we on top of things.
The health fair was held in collaboration with members of the corporate community such as Clear Vision, who provided free eye checks, the Ministry of Health providing prostate testing, COVID and HIV testing and other vital checks, and the American Medical Students Association of the SGU, among other entities. The health fair was held at the PWU headquarters on Port Highway. Christelina John, GBN News.
Despite the good intentions of the Ministry of Education, GUT President Jude Bartholomew says the return to face-to-face learning has not been without its challenges. Face-to-face learning, Phase 1, commenced on November 1st and Phase 2 on the 15th, which saw an increase in the number of students within the physical classrooms. Here's Gerald Joseph with more.
According to Education Minister Emmeline Pierre, teachers were included in the consultations before the decision was made for face-to-face learning to resume. However, GUT President Jude Bartholomew has hinted otherwise, as he pointed to several challenges which have arisen since the return to physical classrooms. The return to face-to-face learning and teaching was specifically targeted to students left behind due to their inability to participate in online classes. One of the issues Bartholomew says teachers are facing is balancing sessions with students on site and those online.
So it means now the teachers have to go back now and try to remedy that problem by developing strategies then now to teach the children separately and those who face-to-face, and at the same time try to bring along, because it seems what will happen, children online will be bored because they will be doing the same thing over and over again.
He said maintaining the 6 feet protocols have also been a challenge due to the size of the classrooms, an issue that has surfaced in some schools and districts. Bartholomew said is inconsistencies in the dissemination of information from some district education officers.
But there are others who just want to dictate and to tell the schools and principals and even teachers that they have to come to school every day, that they have to bring all the children at the same time. And that is not what the PS said. That is not what the Ministry of Education said and such. And all those things are creating more problems and pressures for principals.
The Ministry of Education have given the directive that parents await guidance from principals during Phase 2. The union leader added that dysfunctional devices and students lacking the required books have made the job harder for teachers.
So when you teach online and you teach your children and you say, well, okay, turn to page, because there is no thing in the software such on the tablet to say, well, that is what the Ministry of Education and the government said at the beginning, that they were going to have basically the software and everything like books designed in the tablet so the children could use. There is no such thing.
I am Gerald Joseph for GBN News.
And as we close off the first segment of news, the Royal Grenada Police Force is seeking the assistance of the general public in locating Osana Batiste, a 9-year-old of Beaulieu St. George, who has been reported missing. The 9-year-old left home reportedly on Friday, November 19th, and has not returned since. She was last seen on the Mount Gay Public Road wearing a green and white top, black short pants and a pair of slippers. She is described as 4 feet in height and brown in complexion. Anyone seeing Osana Batiste or has information about her whereabouts is asked to contact Central Police Station at 440-2244, Police Emergency 911, Police Hotline at 444-1958, or the nearest police station. This is GBN Primetime Edition of News. Coming up, Minister of Finance Gregory Bowen to present the 2022 budget next Friday. Details next.
Physical violence, threats, controlling behavior, and being disrespectful are no-nos in any relationship. Parenting together after a breakup can be difficult, but always speak and behave in ways you would want your children to speak and act. You cannot control what your ex-partner does, but you can control how you choose to respond to your ex and what behaviors you display to your children. Parents, display behaviors you will want your children to learn. A respectful child begins with you. Step up your parenting game. My family matters.
Ridgeway Residences, a modern, exclusive residential community offered by Ariza. Purchase one of our completely built houses or let us build for you by simply choosing your lot, choosing your home design from our selection, and let us do the rest. Owning a home does not have to be a frustrating process. For more information, contact Ariza Credit Union on 415-0994 or send us an email on info@ridgewayresidences.gd. Ridgeway Residences, hassle-free home ownership.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform. Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
Continue breastfeeding after an emergency or disaster. Breast milk provides all the nutrients your baby needs for the first 6 months of life. Breastfeeding is safest for babies at a time when water may be limited and unsafe. No need to worry about mixing formula. Breast is best. Forget the rest. A message from the Grenada Food and Nutrition Council in collaboration with the Ministry of Health with support from PAHO.
Introducing YouTube and TikTok to the Digicel Prime Bundle. Now get 1 GB daily to enjoy more YouTube. Plus 1 GB daily to like more TikTok videos. It's simply more entertainment bundled together. Get a 7-day bundle for $35 in My Digicel. More apps, more data, more fun. Digicel, better together.
Once upon a time, we shopped at Wonderland, then Neverland. But we're all grown up now and no longer believe in fairy tales. So now we just shop at Shoes R Us. At Shoes R Us, we stock the latest in shoes, tops, and jeans for the fashion-conscious lady. We also carry colognes and much, much more. And for the modern trendy male, we have the latest brand-name shoes and sneakers, Converse, Reebok, Nike, K-Swiss, Puma, and much more. So check us out at our 2 convenient locations, Melville Street in St. George and Ben Jones Street in Granville. At Shoes R Us, we say, come shop with us.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank. Republic Bank remains committed to providing all its valued customers with high quality and personalized service in a safe and comfortable environment. In order to maintain COVID-19 protocols while serving you, it has become necessary to arrange an appointment with your relationship officer or the customer service representative at your branch for the following products and services: loans, overdrafts, credit cards, new accounts to include savings, checking, certificate of deposit, and foreign currency, reactivation of dormant accounts, and private banking for existing customers only. You may also log on to our website, complete the application form for the service required, and submit via email to your specific branch. Requests for appointment can also be emailed to customerservice@republicgrenada.com or via private message on our Facebook page. For private banking service, kindly contact your specific branch via telephone. We look forward to welcoming you.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back to the news. Budget Day has been set and will be presented next Friday as Minister of Finance Gregory Bowen delivers his second since assuming office. An appropriation of $1 billion, $352,210,635 has been made for 2022. Public debt is scheduled to take up the largest piece of the pie, followed by the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Health, Pension and Gratuities, Ministry of Finance, among others. Going into the budget, a primary surplus of $117.1 million and overall surplus of $62.7 million are estimated for 2022. The budget will be presented in front of a limited number of representatives from the business community, social partners, diplomatic corps, and other stakeholder groups due to COVID-19 restrictions. In other news, Prime Minister Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell will host another in his series of media engagements on Sunday. The Prime Minister will speak on a number of topics, including the upcoming 2022 budget, continued infrastructure development across the country, and the ongoing fight against COVID-19. Following his opening statement, media personalities will have an opportunity to engage the Prime Minister in a question and answer segment. The press conference will be broadcast live on GBN television and social media networks from 5 p.m. on Sunday. A 90-year-old history within the labor movement is being observed by one of the most prominent trade unions in the Spice Isle. The Public Workers Union is celebrating its anniversary with a week of activities. Here's Gerard Joseph with the details.
Public Workers Union Week officially kicks off on Sunday, celebrating a major milestone in its rich history. Founded in March 1931, the union, formerly known as the Civil Service Association, observes its anniversary in November each year. PW President Brian Grimes says the week runs from November 21st to the 25th and begins with a church service on Sunday and a president's address on Monday. Grimes notes that the week focuses on health with a walk scheduled for next Tuesday.
So we'll have a walk that will be done after 4, and we'll have some well-known fitness instructors in that walk, and we are looking for big participation from our membership. We want it to be big. We want a lot of people to come out on that walk. A lot of things can happen there. People can talk, we can enjoy ourselves, and then we can improve our health, because we see what's happening in our country right now. A lot of underlying conditions have caused some sad outcomes for our citizens.
The union leader says on Wednesday the PW's medical plan, which he believes is being undersold, will be featured.
We are partnering with Sajiko, and it's basically a health plan. It's amazing in the sense that government pays half and the worker pays the other half. So it's different to most other health plans where, an individual pays all. And we have that available at the Grenada Public Workers Union for an extremely long time. So we are going to have basically a presentation for all those who are interested in that plan from Sajiko. So we're going to send out that Zoom link, and we are looking for lots and lots of public officers to participate in that.
He adds the week ends with a virtual panel discussion led by regional experts on topics such as trade unionism, politics, and how they are connected. The PW president says the union is encouraging full participation from its members. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
In this week's entertainment piece, Rena Perry-Thomas spoke with Grenadian videographer and editor Siobhan Francis, who impressed her professor by her Bachelor of Creative Arts student showcase work.
Local videographer and editor Siobhan Francis is sharing Grenada's culture on the entertainment platform. As a result of her class assignment, impressed her professor and classmates, invoking their interest in Grenada. Siobhan Francis, who is presently obtaining her bachelor's in creative arts at Yorkville University in Canada, went viral on social media after the documentary featured Grenada's Jab Jab, and its origin earned her a feature on the university's official website and was later published on social media. Speaking to Ms. Francis via Zoom, she said she had no idea that her short film would make such a strong impact.
And then I put everything together, and before I submitted it, I asked my professor if I can show him to make sure I was on the right path. And then when he saw it, he was so blown away. He was like, "Can I start with your assignment to show everyone at class?" And I'm like, "Okay." So then class began, and then he started with my video first. And then my classmates' first reaction was like, Siobhan, how are we supposed to go after that? No, I was a bit overwhelmed because if you know me, I'm so conservative. Like I'm not loud. Like I don't like the attention. So when that happened, I'm like, oh my God. And then I shared it on my Facebook just for my friends. And then when I woke up the next morning, I'm like, oh Lord, what did I do?
Frances, who also graduated from the Toronto Film School, says she is now working on a longer version of the documentary.
Main feedback is when I am dropping a longer version because that one was too short. So I asked Della to speak to Mr. Jacob. So right now we are in the talks of me. When I come home, I told him I want to do more documentaries like that featuring our culture. So like Veko, Shortney, Jab, even go back to as far as the Iraqs and Caribs, so people can actually learn more about our culture, because certain things that Mr. Jacob said on the documentary, I didn't even know that for myself. So I was happy that I reached out to him so he can give a better understanding of like, where did Jab really originate from?
Siobhan is the producer of many official music videos by local soca artists such as Little Kerry, Vaughn and Skinny Banton, among others. She said while the intent is to continue her career in Canada, it is also important to give back, which she intends to do annually for the carnival season.
That's my plan, at least. Especially during the carnival season, I want to at least dedicate at least 3 months out of the year, every year, to at least come back to give back, because I also want to do like seminars and stuff for the younger generation coming up, because this specifically, like, we don't have the support as creators back home.
For GBN News, I am Rena Thomas reporting.
Congratulations, Siobhan. Well done. And now let's turn our attention to what's creating a buzz on social media. Here's Rena Thomas once again, who has been looking around the platforms.
We present the news. You analyze the various topics and distill the issues as they unfold. Your distillation points matter, as we're about to highlight them in our Social Buzz Report.
Is it true that government ministers got a 4% increase in their salaries, similar to that of the public sector unions? According to the Public Workers Union, based on investigations, it has been discovered that government ministers have indeed done so. GBN brought this story, and you, our online audience, took to the comment section to air your views. Ken John said, the unions and policymakers all are on the same agenda. Those old heads need to step aside and let young people take over, because they are failures and they lack vision. They need to come out of this old style politics and try to build Grenada. Please forget about tourism. Karina wrote, I thought the economy could not bear the impact of 4%, but it could bear it for those politicians. Distinguished Mastermind comments, the union well knows that there's little that can be done as it relates to contract workers. A contract is between an employee and his or her employer. The terms and conditions have been agreed and signed by both parties. Did the union ever negotiate terms and conditions for contracted workers? Stalin Patrick said, God help us in this Grenada. Our country too small for the level of corruption and unfairness. What good for the goose, good for the gander. Gas goes up again. The basic necessities goes up. What they expect us to do? They're killing us with poor charges, so the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Yet they're talking about progress. They alone that progressing while we're suffering. And finally, Jagan Filbert commented, for the 7 months it did not pay, how much it added up to in total they have to receive? That's a wrap for tonight's Buzz. Continue to share your thoughts and concerns with us on our social media platforms.
And coming up after the break, Unicoma Grenada Limited introduces AKT motorbikes to the market. More news is next.
celebration. All you need to do is get a ticket, and some of this cash could be yours for Christmas. We're talking a whopping $15,000. Tickets cost only $15. Get them from numerous box offices island-wide in Grenada. Or if you're overseas, tickets are only available at gotofed.com. Sunday, November 28th, join the fun and excitement online. Play Waggity Virtual Bingo and win big cash for Christmas.
Spare your pocket, spare the earth. Always act when let you come first. Save energy, save a time. Reduce your wattage and reduce your time. When you use appliances, make sure you buy energy efficient every time. Spare your pocket, spare the earth. Always act when let you come first. Spare your pocket, spare the earth. Always act when let you come first.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements, or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 for 18-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Foliage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
Light up this Christmas with Republic. Come on and brighten up the holidays with Republic.
Light up your Christmas with Republic Bank. Light up your home with renovation. Light up your driveway with a new vehicle. Even better, light up the faces of your loved ones with a loan from Republic Bank. Get up to $50,000 unsecured. Reduce interest rates, quick approvals, and win cash prizes with Republic Bank.
The holidays are here. Republic spreading the cheer. Come on and light up your Christmas with Republic.
Make this Christmas your brightest with Republic Bank. Special terms and conditions apply.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Across Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique, Flow has been the leading telecommunications provider for decades. As we continue to work for you, we are modernizing our fixed network and transitioning all customers to our latest technology. By the end of 2021, the new network offers customers faster speeds, better quality, and a more reliable service experience with faster fault detection and repair time. Upgrading to the new network is free. Just visit any of our retail outlets. Look out for sales agents in your community. Call Call our virtual store at 444-3569 or send us a text via WhatsApp at 407-3569. Remember, as we transition to our new network, we are simultaneously shutting down our older network. To avoid service interruption, arrange to make your move to the new network as soon as possible. Flow, committed to connecting our communities.
Welcome back. Before we get into the next story, some breaking news just into GBN. The missing 9-year-old Osana Batiste has been reportedly found. The Royal Grenada Police Force just contacted the GBN newsroom to let us know. Some good news. Meanwhile, Unicoma Grenada Limited on Friday introduced the new wheels on the market. Lovers of motorbikes now have one more option to consider ahead of the Christmas holidays. Cherry and Blackman Stephen reports.
Just in time for Christmas, Unicoma Grenada have introduced the AKT motorcycle to Grenada. Anne-Marie De Gale, Unicoma Grenada Country Senior Manager, introduced the newest product to the market on Friday.
AKT motorcycle started in Colombia in 2004. Unicoma started to sell AKT motorcycle in 2012 in Nicaragua. And we are proud to say from that time to today, we have sold over 1 million AKT motorbikes. AKT is also available in 8 other markets and now in the OECS. Unicoma is very proud to offer this high-performance brand to our customers. Bikes can be purchased cash or ready financed from any of our court stores.
Representing the Royal Grenada Police Force, Sergeant Ryan Smith warned drivers about their safety and responsibilities when on the road.
Stunts being performed are referred to as dangerous driving or reckless driving, as the case may be. Now, speeding takes away from your reaction time, your ability to react to the impending danger. New riders should take motorcycle safety course, and experienced riders should take refreshers course after being off bikes for a while.
He shared some of the tips necessary to safeguard lives.
Know the rules of the road. Acquaint yourself with the highway code. That is important. Drive defensively, especially at intersections where half of all the collision occurs. Watch for hazards like potholes, manholes, oil spill, puddles, debris, and gravels. Maneuvering, you should be aware of what is behind and to the side before maneuvering. Look behind you, use mirrors. When in traffic use, look out for pedestrians crossing between vehicles and emerging from junctions.
Sergeant Smith also spoke of the need to use proper protective gear when riding motorbikes.
A helmet is the most important equipment a biker can use. In 2021, motorcyclists who died or seriously injured either were not wearing a helmet, wearing one that is not of the required standard, or was not wearing one properly, or one was not worn properly. Helmets are estimated to be 37% effective in preventing fatal injuries.
GTM Insurance Company is providing insurance coverage for this motorbike brand. Insurance advisor Alan Alexis assured the general public that GTM has stood the test of time with decades of providing insurance service. He spoke of the need and the importance of having insurance coverage.
There will never be the convenience of a magic glass ball to predict the future, and that's why placing insurance as a risk transfer mechanism is extremely important in the protection of our financial lives.
Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
BPS resumes mail service to St. Vincent, Grenada, Guyana, and Dominica. The Barbados Postal Service has resumed the acceptance of mail for posting to St. Vincent, Grenada, Guyana, and Dominica. However, the Postmaster General has advised that delays are to be expected until normal transport capacity becomes available. In addition, air mail services are also available to Antigua, Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, Canada, the United States, and the United Kingdom. In September, a report out of St. Vincent said the temporary suspension was due to reduced airlift capacity. The public is reminded that packages containing bottles and/or liquids will not be accepted for posting to the U.S. or the United Kingdom. And now let's take a peek through the GBN Eyesore lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN Eyesore is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Mathematics is one of the best exercises for the brain. The more you do math, the more you will find your mind active. So says our citizen journalist. Their submission comes in the form of a mathematic mind bender. This simple exercise must be done in your head only. Solve it without the use of a calculator, paper, and a pencil. Let's set the brain in motion. Take 1,000 and add 40 to it. Now add another 1,000. Now add 30. Add another 1,000. Now add 20. Now add another 1,000. Now add 10. What is the total? Some say the answer is 4,100, while others contest that it is 5,000. What say you on this mathematical brain teaser? We look forward to seeing your answer on our social media platforms. We thank our eyesore reporter for this fun mental exercise. Continue to send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Stay with us. The weather is up next, followed by sports and around the globe.
Ridgeway Residences, a modern, exclusive residential community offered by Ariza. Purchase one of our completely built houses or let us build for you by simply choosing your lot, choosing your home design from our selection, and let us do the rest. Owning a home does not have to be a frustrating process. For more information, contact Ariza Credit Union on 415-0994 or send us an email on info@ridgewayresidences.gd. Ridgeway Residences, hassle-free home ownership.
Looking for a professional team offering around-the-clock, private and confidential nursing, medical care, and aid services? Then look no further. Nurses Care Grenada is a fully certified, insured, and licensed healthcare facility committed to the reduction and eventual elimination of healthcare disparities affecting the nation. Our registered nurses will visit you at your home, assess your condition, and provide the required treatment under the directive of a doctor. So why worry when there's Nurses Care Grenada? Give us a call, 406-3928. Nurses Care, reliable, trusted professionals we can all depend on.
Introducing Color by Sissons. Color by Sissons. Color by Sissons. Color by Sissons. Color by Sissons.
Pharmacy offers both wholesale and retail pharmaceutical and over-the-counter products. We have the most competitive and affordable prices. We are the agents for Vit Plus multivitamin for healthy everyday lifestyle and Sonatrogen powder. Hills and Valley Pharmacy supplies the best quality, name brand clinical products such as Rescue Oil, Bio Oil, Neutrogena, Aveeno, and Clarisil. We offer the most convenient opening hours. Our telephone numbers are 435-6904 or 6903. Remember, at Hills and Valley Pharmacy, your health is our business. We care.
Now open Hills and Valley Medicare Center, your one-stop for medical supplies, massage therapy, physiotherapy, and an in-house physician. At Hills and Valley, your health is our business.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business.
For your education.
For your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Keeping an eye on the weather. This is GBN. We've got you covered.
Here's tonight's weather report and forecast. The minimum temperature is expected to be 24.5 degrees Celsius. The weather will be mostly fair with the occasional increase in cloudiness accompanied by isolated showers. Winds will be east-northeasterly to easterly at 8 to 18 miles per hour. Seas will be slight to moderate with waves 3 to 5 feet in open waters. Tides will be low at 10 p.m. and high at 5:30 a.m. Moving into the weekend, sunrise on Saturday will be at 6:07 a.m., sunset 5:40 p.m. The weather is expected to be mostly fair. Then on Sunday, sunrise 6:08 a.m., sunset 5:40 p.m. It will be mostly fair, becoming partly cloudy at times. And as the work week begins on Monday, sunrise and sunset 6:08 a.m. and 5:40 p.m. respectively. The weather will be partly cloudy with the occasional brief isolated showers. And that's the weather report and forecast valid for tonight and the next 3 days. Sports is up next. Good evening, sporting fans. Let's kick off with football. The FIFA MA referees course has returned to Grenada after a 2-year hiatus due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The course, which began on Thursday, was officially launched on Friday as the Grenada Football Association seeks to elevate the level of refereeing in the country. FIFA Development Officer Javier Santos told the referees that during the 2-year period, FIFA has been creating different tools for referees to use.
For example, FIFA Red is a platform, it's a web-based platform that you will be using later on when we finish this course. You will have, most of you have access, the FIFA instructor, FIFA referees, and some of you have access already, but later on you will have access to this platform. In this platform you will find the teaching materials, video tests, all the material that we have been using in the other courses.
He noted that during the 5-day course, talent identification will be a major feature following the achievements of Grenada's FIFA referee, Rion Radix. FIFA fitness instructor, Kalisha Antwine, also encouraged the referees to seek to reach the heights of Rion and further.
I must say that the first time, and I guess you can correct me, Radix, we met was at a 2016 at a U15 tournament where I actually endorsed him for the FIFA list. And seeing him here and seeing what he's doing in CONCACAF also, this is something that you should imitate. You have a gem, you have a role model, and everybody should want to be like Ryan Radix in football, in refereeing, because I know there's Kirani James also. But look at Ryan and look at where you want to go. And we often say that fitness is your passport, because you can be technically sound, and once you do not have that fitness, there's a big problem.
Meanwhile, GFA President Chenny Joseph, addressing the referees, impressed on some of the key attributes needed in the journey to the top.
I am going to add to that passport your folder. And your folder would be the discipline that you have on and off the field of play, the discipline you have in your personal life and lifestyle, your commitment to learn and to train hard, and most importantly, your desire to reach further than Rayon has done.
Recognizing the potential among the referees, Joseph noted the significance of the interpretation of the laws of the game.
If I can give one advice to each of you, you are not there to officiate based on what you feel. You are there to facilitate a game being played based on the laws of the game and to ensure there's fairness throughout.
He also made a suggestion to the referees toward their improvement.
We have above you a third floor that has accommodation for a significant amount of persons. I'm sure could be as much as all of us are here. I would want to encourage the instructors and the referee officer to, even if it is one night, I know we have clashes sometimes with Adventists and others, but even if it is one night per week, you get your match officials here, let them spend a night together, exchange knowledge, gain experience, come out and do sessions. And I'm certain the game itself can improve with you being able to execute the best performance when you are on the pitch.
And finally, in sports tonight, U.S. tennis star Serena Williams has joined a growing number of people who are concerned about the safety of Chinese tennis star Peng Shuai. She has not been seen since she accused a high-ranking Chinese politician of sexually assaulting her. Let's get more in this Al Jazeera report.
Peng Shuai is one of China's most successful tennis stars. She's a former doubles world #1, winning the French Open and Wimbledon. But she hasn't been seen in weeks. Now the United Nations and a growing number of her fellow players are speaking out.
We would like actually to hear like a video from her or something, like a real proof that yes, that she's all right and everything is fine. Yeah, it's a very strange situation, and we really want to hear soon some news.
I'm really sad about it. I don't know what to say. We had this talk in the morning for half an hour. We were talking about this, and I really hope she's okay, and really I'm waiting for some news from her.
She's defeated top players including Venus Williams, whose sister Serena expressed support for Shuai, saying, "I'm devastated and shocked to hear about the news of my peer, Peng Shuai. I hope she is safe and found as soon as possible. This must be investigated and we must not stay silent." Shuai disappeared after accusing a top Chinese government official of sexually assaulting her. The head of the Global Women's Tennis Association has questioned the authenticity of an email released by the Chinese government this week, said to have been written by the missing 35-year-old. The letter says she retracts the allegations and she is, quote, resting at home. This case has not been reported by the Chinese media, and any online discussion of it has been censored or removed. Asked to respond to the mounting questions, China's foreign ministry spokesman had this to say.
I've not heard of the issue you raised. This is not a diplomatic question.
The US is threatening a diplomatic boycott of the upcoming Beijing Olympics, citing China's human rights record. The head of the World Tennis Association has also said he's prepared to cut lucrative business ties with China if tennis star Pang Shuai remains missing. Hamera Chaudhry, Al Jazeera.
And that's a look at what's happening in sports. Regional and international news are up next. Tonight's One Caribbean hookup begins in St. Lucia. Senator Lisa Jahawir was called on members of Parliament to take the business of the people seriously. Senators, as well as the President of the Senate, reacted to news of the opposition leader's pay being docked after a long absence from the House.
The decision by House Speaker Claudius Francis to dock the pay of the leader of the opposition is receiving support from some members of the upper house. Chasney had been away on vacation for over 100 days following his party's shellacking at the polls. Government Senator Lisa Jawahir called on members of Parliament to give due importance to matters of the people.
If we are elected by the people to represent them and we take 100 days out of office to provide that representation, I mean, we had key bills being passed in the House during the absence of the leader of the opposition. We had the decriminalization of up to 30 grams of marijuana, the expungement of records of persons who now have a chance to be reintegrated back into society. And you would think that he would come and share his views on that, because a lot of members from his constituency would have been impacted by such a decision, but he decided to stay away.
Independent Senator Noorani Aziz believes the House Speaker was executing his duties as he should.
I have no personal opinion on that. I expect that the Speaker would have deliberated and consulted extensively before he has made that position. I think we're all subject to those rulings at the end of the day. There are rules and regulations that govern how we conduct our affairs as parliamentarians. And at the end of the day, once the Speaker has made his position and his statement, we accept what that is.
Some have criticized the Speaker's citation of precedents in other jurisdictions in carrying out the order. Francis, who delivered a thorough explanation before announcing his decision, also referenced the standing orders and the Constitution. President of the Senate, Stanley Felix, says the Speaker did his job impartially in stating his position.
They would be totally wrong in arriving at that conclusion, because law is set by convention and by precedents. And basically, we rely on precedents throughout the Commonwealth. And we are a member of the Commonwealth, and we have the same system. And so basically we can rely on those precedents set in different jurisdictions.
The opposition leader has until November 30th, 2021 to provide a proper excuse for missing House sittings. Alan Chasney has since pushed back at the order, claiming that the House Speaker was overreaching. Chasney has the dubious distinction as the only lawmaker in the OECS to have his pay docked because of such a prolonged absence from the chamber without a proper explanation to the presiding officer. Joaquin DePlacy, HTS News Force.
In other news, Guyana achieving an important milestone on Tuesday, where just over half of the country's adult population are now fully immunized, is proof herd immunity can be reached within the first quarter of 2022. So says former Health Minister Dr. Leslie Ramsamy. Tamika Rodney has this report.
Dr. Leslie Ramsamy, the former health minister and now advisor to the Minister of Health, predicts Guyana could begin to achieve herd immunity against the novel coronavirus early next year. And according to him, if that happens, some levels of normalcy can be restored locally, but it all depends on how soon persons access the COVID-19 vaccines that are available. With over 50% of adults already fully immunized, Dr. Ramsamy noted that there is still a far way to reach herd immunity, which requires 85 to 90% of the population becoming inoculated.
Impressive for a developing country, but not good enough. There is enough vaccine in the country. That's the good news for Guyana, in that Guyana has outperformed most developing countries in obtaining vaccine. We now need to ensure that the vaccines are used.
Herd immunity occurs when a percentage of people become immune to the disease through vaccination, that the spread of the virus from person to person becomes unlikely. Meanwhile, the government of Guyana is considering ways to further bolster the COVID-19 vaccination drive, with administering pills to persons that have been developed by Pfizer and Merck. The oral drugs are currently awaiting approval by the Food and Drug Administration for emergency use authorization. As such, they will not be purchased until they are licensed. Pfizer on Tuesday announced that it will allow for its COVID-19 pills to be manufactured and sold inexpensively in 95 poorer countries. When asked if Guyana will be taking advantage of this offer, Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony noted on Thursday that the public sector lacks the manufacturing capacity to do so. He added that with the right investment, some private companies may be able to produce the pills here. As of Wednesday, Guyana had a total of 2,049 active COVID-19 cases. Tamika Rodney reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
And now let's move internationally. A U.S. teenager who shot dead 2 men during racial justice protests has been cleared of homicide and all other charges after claiming self-defense. 18-year-old Kyle Rittenhouse killed the men and wounded a third on the streets of Kenosha, Wisconsin on August 25, 2020. During the high-profile and politically divisive trial, his defense said he had feared for his life, but prosecutors argued he was looking for trouble that night. National Guard troops have been sent to the city amid fears of unrest. Rittenhouse faced 5 charges, including intentional homicide, which carries a life sentence. His fate was decided by a 12-person jury composed of 7 women and 5 men who had spent more than 3 days deliberating.
Face the jury and hearken to its verdicts.
State of Wisconsin versus Kyle Rittenhouse. As to the first count of the information, Joseph Rosenbaum. We, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty. As to the second count of the information, Richard McGinnis. We, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty. As to the third count of the information, unknown male. We, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty. As to the fourth count of the information, Anthony Huber, we, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty. As to the fifth count of the information, Gage Grosskreutz, we, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty.
Members of the jury, are these your unanimous verdicts? Is there anyone who does not agree with the verdicts as read?
And that's a look at regional and international news. A recap of the headlines is up next. And now let's look back at what made news tonight. Minister of Finance Gregory Bowen to present the 2022 budget next week, Friday. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell to host a press conference on Sunday. President of the GUT outlines challenges facing teachers and principals with a return to face-to-face teaching and learning. More than 60 top performers at TAMCC were awarded on Friday. In the entertainment beat, take a look at the Grenadian videographer Trevon Francis, who impressed her professor by her Bachelor of Creative Arts student showcase work. In regional news, senators weigh in on opposition leader Alan Chastanet pay controversy in St. Lucia. And in sports, improving the level of refereeing in Grenada is the target as the FIFA MA course returns. That's the end of GBN Nightly News for Friday, November 19th, 2021. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at www.gbn.gd or on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. On behalf of the entire news team, I am Blossom Alexis Welsh, wishing you a safe and enjoyable weekend.